Boo! Remember me? I know you do. Don't worry about it, I know you do. What up, y'all? It's Tom with Ringside Collectibles. It's summer 2021, and we're gonna do some unboxings, because I'm feeling the heat, and I need to cool down with some cool toys. So let's take a look at something brand new and fresh. You can see it right here. I got a case of AEW Unmatched 1. Let's start with unboxing this box. Oh wait, it's already empty, and they're right here. Have a look. Seems only appropriate to start with figure number 1 in Unmatched Series 1, and that's Kenny Omega. It's a little bit different from Unrivaled packaging, as you can see. We got some silver trim up top. Kenny Omega's name, the talent's name on other figures also is in silver on the sides. Here's his photo, a number 1 Series 1. For those of you who like to leave your figures lined up like library books, you can always see on the edge here and pull them right out, do some reading. He's got his photo in the front here as well. There he is, number 1, looking happy. His photo on the back, he's looking real happy right there. And Kenny Omega's signature, the rest of the figures in the lineup. And then them telling you to watch All Elite Wrestling, AEW Dynamite. Here it goes. So what do you say? Should we crack this open? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it right now. We're cracking it open. Crack it open, baby. I like to make a mess when I open toys. There we go. So, get those hands out so we can look at those in just a second, but we're going to look at the actual figure. Alright, here's your first look at Kenny Omega in AEW Unmatched 1. We have some really dope gear design here, so it looks like medieval almost. You know, I don't want to make assumptions, but it looks like armor. You can see the plates on his boot. You can see the Omega symbol on the side. There's awesome design on the back. These are legit. These are legit tights, and they're for sure like tights for a world champion. As you can see here, we got a brand new Kenny head sculpt. It looks pretty cool. I love the articulation on these. The fact that his head kind of rocks side to side. You know, you get some more flexibility, obviously, with that middle joint. He's got his wrist tape. He's also got these interchangeable hands. I'm not going to plug them in, but you can have a peek here. A couple of wide open slap hands here. What do the 5 fingers say to the face? Shake me. So that's cool. This is Kenny Omega, Unmatched Series 1. Next, let's check out Dustin Rhodes. You know, everybody loves Dustin Rhodes. This is the guy for years and years. If you've been watching wrestling, this is a guy that you just can't miss a match. Classic wrestler, classic entertainer. Love to see him get his comeuppance in AEW. And here we go. He's back here in Unmatched. He's kind of posed in the packaging. You can see right here. Got his photo on the back and the signature. Let's crack him open. Crunch. So right off, you can see there's an extra head sculpt with Dustin. He's kind of roaring here. Pretty big yell. That's a rebel yell if I ever saw one. So you can see his face paint also on the sides here. Cool blue and red design and black. Pretty sweet. And the figure itself is just awesome. You know, Dustin's one of those guys that I wish he was on TV more. I love to see him in battle. I love to see him in matches. I wish he was in title contentions. I think it'd be really cool to see Dustin Rhodes on TV a little bit more regularly, especially since he's coming into his own in a way that we've never seen before. Still bizarre, still got that kind of wild face paint here. You can see like the split down the middle. You can see his gloves, pretty sweet detail. It's like blue and silver, and he also comes with a couple of interchangeable open hands. I'm gonna pull them out, I swear. Rhodes really knocks it out of the park with Dustin Rhodes figures. Like his tattoos are all here. You know, those details that when we talked to him at Toy Fair a couple of years ago, he referenced the tattoo of his daughter, still there front and center. His ring attire is really, of course, unique and awesome also. He's got that full body ring suit on. It's got that blue trim with kind of the cracks in it. It looks like scales almost. It's like a chromatic color. He's got those like red squares for his six-pack, the Dustin Rhodes six-pack, we'll say. On the back, on the spine, you can see the word natural here. It's in blue. And then that kind of, those like etch designs go off to the side. It's really awesome. This is a great Dustin. Also, he's got the natural boots. You know, you can see the the bull down here, the word natural down the boot, and the word natural down the other boot, and then like that camera design. So he's still the big star of the silver screen, no matter where you put him, no matter what you do with him. We're all fans of Dustin Rhodes here. And of course, after a lot of public back and forth with Jeremy Padour, we have the respectable Dr. Britt Baker here in AEW Unmatched Series 1. There she is, packaged up, ready to perform some dentistry. How'd you like to be the special guy that gets your wisdom teeth removed by her, huh? Crack this one open. Baker comes out. She's got some plastic sleeves over her hair, which is kind of funny. Get those off, keeps it nice and protected. It's got a really dope entrance jacket. You can see the tooth designs here. It's implemented onto the entirety of it. There's a giant tooth on the back with the Britt Baker BB, it looks like right here. And also that medical symbol. Somebody tell me what that is that's smarter than me. And you can even see on her name tag, B. Baker MD, DMD, excuse me, right here. Don't want to mess that up. So if you pop the jacket off, a little rough to get off, so be careful. There's the jacket by itself. You can see it's got 3 fasteners on here. So easy on, easy off for this one. And Britt's got some protective plastic around her waist too. So good on Jazwares for taking care of these by the time you open them. So hopefully none of those possible factory concerns or issues when you do get your figures open. We've got a little bit of a talk to the hand pose here, and we've got some pretty dope ring gear. You can see there's that same medical symbol in the front with the BB. In the back, under her hair, you can see where the straps kind of connect right there. Back of the trunks, studded, silver, looking good. Front of the trunks, same thing, studded in silver. She's also got those high knee socks and some strapped boots with tooth symbols on the side, so pretty cool. This is definitely a quality debut figure if you're an AEW fan. Next I want to check out Mr. Miro, the best man himself right here. Looking good, posing in the package. So Miro's had some wrestling action figures before, but this is his first time in the AEW lineup since debuting last year. So looking good. Can't get any more spot on than this if you look at it. So looks good in packaging, posed really well. I'm gonna feel really bad opening this one up. No, I'm not. Crack that open here. There you can see in packaging. I really like the way they pose them, so hopefully they do more of this in the AEW line. Comes with that AEW microphone, a couple of interchangeable holder hands. Very nice. And the figure itself, man, I would say this is, I've seen a lot of different versions of Miro, and this is one of the best figure treatments he's ever received. His head sculpt is just like wildly spot on. You can see it there, just like that roar. His tattoo on the back, pretty cool. He's even got a Bulgaria tattoo on his arm here with the right color scheme. Awesome. On his trunks, you can see Miro, best man in the front. It's got that camo look. There's American flag on one side, Bulgarian flag on the other. Awesome details. He's got those tall kick pad boots, so no laces or anything. But as accurate as it gets, this is a guy that has really made a splash with AEW. His name's always in the news. We want to see him run for titles and things like that, but he's there and he's there to stay. Hopefully he breaks out of his shell really soon, and his figure's already better than it used to be. So, alright, and it wouldn't be an impactful debut set without somebody like Darby Allin. This is a guy that everyone seems to love. I'm a fan too. He's got that Jeff Hardy energy, that Hulk Hogan energy, those guys that are just larger than life, and everyone seems to have that connection that just pulls them right to him. Darby Allin's that guy for sure. As it says on the back of this package right here, this came from Full Gear on November 7th, 2020 in Jacksonville, Florida. So we're currently doing this in July of 2021. Pretty quick turnaround for a design like that. Open them up. Whoa. Before we look at the figure, I do want to look at the TNT Championship, which I think is really cool, not just as an accessory, but as a real-life championship. You know, TNT has always been synonymous with wrestling. It's cool that it continues to be. Reminds me of the old days, switching channels back and forth. Before constant streaming, like all you youngsters out there, we used to have to change channels manually. This is a great one. The side plates have AEW on them. You can see AEW on the top right here. Really well designed and a great place to get it. Speaking of TNT, Darby's skateboard also here. It says the face of TNT on the front with a design, and then Darby Allin, Relentless on the back, cool design. One thing I really like about this skateboard design is there's some wear and tear on it, if you can see. Like, you can see kind of where the treading has come off on the top. It's a little chipped here on the bottom. You can see it, especially on the underside. It looks used, which makes total sense because Darby Allin would be using it. So great job to the design team looking at and implementing those kinds of details. Himself, what's there that can be said? A lot. Really cool guy. You know, he's got a really unique, really distinct style. You can see his influences from some of our favorite superstar wrestlers that I was mentioning before. Now he's teaming with Sting. You can see his influences from Sting as well. But it's very clear that he's just making a name for himself. The design is awesome. I'm a big fan of that half skull, half plane look right here, and these kind of wilted tree designs that he has on his body paint. Really awesome. I'm gonna pull the jacket off here. The jacket has a little bit of wear on it, which is neat. You can see kind of the different coloration to it. It's like a kind of a faded brown and black, which is awesome. The hood's built in here. It's not too heavy as far as like a removable piece of clothing for a wrestling figure goes. So sometimes, you know, you have those jackets that are really stiff and hard to get off. This one is way more flexible. It makes it seem way more accurate too. The zippers on here, the cargo pockets, really great jacket. So Darby also has that protective plastic on him to make sure that none of his joints get messed up when your figure's getting to you. So we pull these chunks of plastic off here so we can be ready to play with it. And now you get a full-on look. He's got tattoos on his left arm, pretty detailed. You can see him down the side here. His left side also has that body paint. You can see even his Relentless tattoo on the back of his neck here, right below his chain, which I wouldn't pull too hard on this. I don't think it's removable, but it fits the look much better anyways, so leave the chain on. He's got those red painted nails, which is pretty sweet. He's got them on both hands, you can see here. And he's also wearing a studded belt to go with his ring pants, and you can see where those kind of break off into almost shorts right here. There's some studs around, but it's really unique, like ring tights. I can't think of too many other folks that have designs similar to this, you know, and you can tell the input that Darby has, like the way he thinks about it, the way he wants to portray himself. It's just naturally him, you know, and I think that's really cool, and those are the kind of wrestlers that we really need around. Also really cool here are the short boots that he's wearing with the yellow trim. They've got a little bit of like a strap on the back here. There's a design on the side. If you're in need of a Darby Allin figure and you missed out on possibly one in the Unrivaled line, this is your chance to get a really good one. And last but not least, I know you're excited. It's a return of an old school style of figure. The LJN style is finally back. Some of you remember it from previous lines where there were more, at the time, modern day superstars released in the old school LJN style. Those of you who are old like me now but were kids back in the day and had LJN style figures, it's a great way to get some classic toy types with some new characters implemented. And Cody Rhodes, yes, that's right, Mr. Cody Rhodes right here, is a great first one to be featured because there was a Dusty Rhodes LJN style figure. So why not continue it with Cody? And we're going to spend some extra time on the packaging because it's really cool here. You can see some faces. I'm not going to spoil any of the surprises, but possibly some familiar faces here on the side of the packaging. You decide. And you have the Wrestling Superstars logo. Even the LJN logo made its way in here in the bottom. A nice "This is awesome" poster here. Good thinking. And even the photo of Cody is stylized. So this really harkens back to the LJN style of figures, especially because, as you can see on the back, there's a Wrestling Superstars cutout featuring a photo of Cody and some facts about who he is, his relation to Dusty and Dustin. Really cool. So anybody that's like young that wants to get excited about this sort of thing, the same way that we did back in the day, they have their chance with an LJN figure. And of course you can see here, free Cody Rhodes poster inside. So we'll open that up and have a look at the poster as well. So as much as I don't want to ruin and open this awesome packaging, oh no, I'm ruining it. Y'all, I'm ruining it. So here's the poster. Let's take a look at this first, quick. Got a couple of rubber bands around it we'll get off. And once you get the rubber band off, you unroll and you can see who the main event tonight is. It's Mr. Cody Rhodes. So very similar to the packaging, but cool little poster. These are the kind of things that as a kid you get really excited for. And as an adult collector, if you want a Cody Rhodes photo in your toy room above your toy box or even in your bathroom, this is your chance to do it. So opening up and having a look at the actual LJN style figure. It's LJN style. It's got that bendable flexibility, so you can't really adjust the pose, but these figures have a lot of weight to them, and back in the day it used to be awesome to just crash them against each other and pull off whatever moves you can think of in the way that they're frozen. So he's got a nice punching fist here. He's got a taped up hand. He's got that Cody roar, his brand new awesome neck tattoo right there. Red, white, and blue. It's the American Nightmare. He's got the Dream tattoo here. He also has the Nightmare weight belt in the back. And we're looking at some white and blue ring tights with designs on the side and in the front on the knee section. His boots also have that same American Nightmare symbol. So really cool. This is like, if I would only assume that anybody that is a wrestler that played with some of these back in the day, which Cody has talked to us a little bit about what toys he's played with and which ones he hasn't. And there have been some wrestling toys in his history, so it must be extra cool for him to get an LJN style figure. So hopefully we see more of these. Jazwares let us know that there'd be more in future lineups. I'd like to see who's next. So here you have it, AEW Unmatched Series 1. It's a brand new AEW figure lineup from Jazwares. They're nice enough to give us a brand new lineup because AEW figures are so popular and in such high demand right now. And they're great quality. Same quality as the Unrivaled series and even some new names. So we've got Miro, Dustin Rhodes, Kenny Omega, Dr. Britt Baker, Darby Allin, and of course the LJN style Cody Rhodes. So this isn't just like a fluke set. There's even more to offer here, and that's awesome. So with that, head on over to Ringside Collectibles, WrestlingFigures.com, your #1 resource for wrestling action figures in the entire universe. You want to be able to grab these there before they're gone, because when they're gone, they're gone. Don't miss out on anything. WrestlingFigures.com has it all. It's the place to be for AEW wrestling action figures. Also, subscribe to us on all the Ringside Collectibles, WrestlingFigures.com social channels so you can get more of what you love, which is wrestling and wrestling action figures. Thanks, y'all.